Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have the first regular season event for Battle Line Network Wednesdays. This should be a good one. Our first map here is the Progress Mill with JD leading the Union and Colquitt's Brigade leading the CSA. And then our second map here, Cook's Counter Charge. We have 2nd Mississippi leading the CSA Assault, while the Missouri State Guard is leading the Union Defense. In terms of our teams tonight, on the CSA side, we have Colquitt's Brigade, Mississippi Brigade, 8th New York, IVB and 5th Florida and 5th VA. Whereas on the Union side, we have Jackson's Division, Missouri State Guard, 9th Corps, 12th Virginia, and the Graves Battery. And with that out of the way, thank you to our Patreons for the support. If you'd like the support, go to the link in the description, and you can see all our perks there. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this event. And here we are live on the glorious first round of the second regular season match. Oh, everyone spawned in. A little lag there. Progress Mill, a map we normally don't see for regimental matches. Because apparently there were a lot of crashes in the past. Hopefully that won't happen today. We have two guests with us today. First, we have Corded.
Hey.
And then we have Wolf.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
So this will be an exciting matchup. Historically, we've seen both sides fight over this house. But as Wolf pointed out, a moment ago when we were talking about this, flags aren't allowed to respawn men in houses anymore, so that strategy kind of went away. The point of contention isn't near the house, so it will be interesting. But yeah, what do you guys think the CSA is going to try to do to defend on this map, seeing as both of you are actually no Wolf, you're Union.
If they were smart, I wouldn't. If they were smart, I wouldn't go to the mill at all. I would start getting everybody down to where the point of contention is by the river. Anytime that I've played with my guys, Union seems to have a very, very hard time because there's not many places for units, especially large units, to hold up and make a push on that point. But they have no real choice but to approach it from the riverside. Given that the mill can't be garrisoned now, I've never seen the Union make a successful push on the left side of the mill. So it really just every time I've seen it, it's a scrap out for the riverbed. So if I was a CSA, I would go right there.
A Union left side of the mill?
Like I said, I haven't seen the Union play the left side very often ever since the flag update got changed. That initial rush that used to be really common with them, I haven't seen that in a while. Usually, from my experience, both sides head to the riverbed, and it just becomes a slugfest, and best shot usually wins. But CSA does have the high ground over there, especially near the mill side of that riverbed, and they usually use that really well to their advantage and keeping that river locked down. So we'll see what they do.
So with the new season, we do have some new changes. There's a point system. Where if you're leading your side and you win, you get 3 points. If you're on a winning side and you're not leading, you get a point. So that is just a note to tell all the viewers to understand this season as it progresses. So Colquitt's Brigade and their defense, very spread out here. They only have a tiny force engaging up front. That being 5th VA and Natty Light, formerly known as 5th Florida. And JD is kind of just having everyone hold on this side, volleying at the CSA.
Yeah, Union opened up with a pretty sizable volley there, but it doesn't look like they hit anything with it. CSA just opened up one. Looks like maybe a couple bodies. Yeah, a couple bodies.
Here it comes. Now that comes. Here comes the Union.
Why would they shoot and then go?
Yeah,
Maybe.
I don't know about that decision.
Maybe they think there's a lot more CSA there, but here they go. Oh, they're going straight for the house?
Yep. It's a good place to be, even though you can't spawn people in.
No, they can't. 9th Corps is actually moving around the flank here to try to wipe these guys on the outside. And it looks like they will. They pretty much wipe everybody. So we're also in the regular season again, not the postseason. So trying to get the best time does not matter. Winning matches is what you want to do to get the most amount of points, and then from there, in any tiebreaker, it's based on your KD ratio. while you're leading. And the top 4 teams from the regular season will make the postseason, unlike last season where everybody made it. So Union's just holding their whole team in the house. They're keeping their flags out the backside. This is a little weird to see.
Yeah. This is where the CSA turtles.
Yeah, it's a little bit of cheese going on, but I don't know if the Union are decent shots. I guess they can make the mill work for them for at least a while.
Yeah. I mean, they'll have the flags on the outside, and those can get retrieved once it's all said and done. If CSA tries to clear it out, and Union's got the pistols in there too, so there's no way CSA is going to get that back. At least it'll be a stupid idea to try and get it back.
Yeah, I wouldn't even make
You're
a
just
play
going
on
to
the
waste
mill.
tickets.
Yeah, absolutely agree.
Who is the CSA Rambo? The CSA Rambo. So, what the heck? Union's got to cap this at some point. I think. Cap the point.
Season needs to make him cap at least.
Yeah.
Stop shooting at him.
Yeah, I mean, if looks like it's CQB over there by the riverbed, if they were to pull back a little bit, probably back to like this this house area that their whole team seems to be lined up at, I think it would kind of encourage the Union to make that move.
I mean, even with the CSA kind of out there, like you're talking about, Union's not even pushing. JD just wants their team to just sit back and shoot the CSA into submission. I actually have 8th New York. They're kind of being aggressive. I don't know why they're doing this.
Yep, going in by themselves.
Or they're going to get slaughtered and die in skirmishing, mostly on a line. If you're going to give any reason for the Union to just keep sitting in that house, that'll do it right there. There's another CSA Rambo.
Another 8th year guy.
Yeah, he's coming in late to this charge here and dies. So,
Yeah, those kind of plays are really going to hurt the CSA as we get into the latter parts of the game. You really can't afford as a defender to give up the Adeline tickets like that.
Yeah, I can't think of any reason to try and do that. It's just stupid to go for that.
I mean, what is your objective? Trying to push them all out with that size of an army?
We could have at least tried to shoot at him, but there's not a good place to shoot at him from.
Once the boys are loaded and ready, prepare to double quick.
So, but in terms of tickets, Union is winning this matchup right now slightly. If you don't know, if you look underneath the battle ready text on both sides, you can see what percentage of tickets they have on their current stage. Ticket stage, morale stage. And the bar for Union is higher than the bar for CSA, so they have more tickets.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little unfamiliar. Do you guys? Is there a rule for this this event about garrisoning buildings?
No.
There's no rule. No.
Well, yeah, obviously because the Union got the mill. Not quite that. But so, I'm a little curious why the CSA is not using this, utilizing more of the second floor of this log house, because it seems to be a lot of Union like exposed down here on the Union left side of the mill. You could probably get some good shots from that elevation, but there seems to be only one person utilizing it at the moment.
When you zoom in, you can like barely see the heads, so it's not really that great of shots. And you're shooting through that straight fence.
Let me take a look myself.
Union
and
probably has
like
better
two of
shots
those.
too, because they can shoot through that wall, right?
Map sucks. This is this.
I don't know, but they got a lot of high ground on the mill to shoot from.
That's
Yeah,
true.
now that I'm closer, I do see what you're saying, Corded. There is, you're literally just seeing like the midsection of their body and their heads.
Mm-hmm.
So, 10 minutes into this match, and I mean, CSA, this is really, I mean, the hands of any battle, or like how the battle goes, is based on the attacker, right? So I was about to say CSA is doing a good job, and I mean they are. However, Union's not pushing.
Nope.
So it's more like Union doing a bad job, if anything. CSA's not being stupid, which is really...
By that.
I think Union could at least just be aggressive. Not even trying to cap, but I mean, you've got sharps and pistols at the very least. If you're not charging with those, then you're just wasting them.
Yeah, I mean, CSA is almost, if you look at the morale state, CSA has almost rebalanced this battle. Yeah, I don't know.
You're right.
Yeah, Union needs to do something here. I mean, they're losing the advantage that they walked into this with.
I mean, we see that the CSA is spread out to where the Union could try to defeat them in detail. But I don't know if the Union knows that. I mean, the Union's got to know the CSA spread out. They have guys shooting everywhere.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think the only target that is the target that I would take is the one down by the riverbed right now. If I was going to defeat them in detail, the only problem with that is, unless you're very careful, you'll likely get into the zone of the cap zone, and they'll, at the end, CSA will know where your entire team is basically at that point. So it's a double-edged sword to make that move. But I definitely would not go head-to-head with the CSA that's lined up at spawn. I think that would be a death trap at the moment.
I wonder where the Union out of bounds is, how far up they can go.
What is Remix doing? I don't know. I've rarely played this map.
'Cause if they can get to the cabin where some of the CSA is, it'd be a great place to start shooting from.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I'm actually curious about that myself. I've never actually pushed that far up as Union.
All right, Remix for JD. Please do some testing for us. We didn't get our scientific discoveries last week with Remix size. We need science done in War of Rights.
War of Rights Mythbusters.
Yeah, honestly. I mean, the problem, it's not like there's much you can test. I mean, can you?
Not really that much.
Like, is there fall damage? Yes, there is. Very tiny, though. 12th VA is starting to make moves here for the Union. The question is, are they going to charge, or are they just repositioning to take shots at Colquitt's brigade? Nope, they're just going to take shots.
That's alright.
It's something.
Yeah. Let's see what they do. So they got one or two people.
Dang.
I mean, they can push up more than that.
They really can. Is CSA winning on
I think
maybe.
it's balanced. I think it's balanced.
I think CSA might be a little up.
No, they only got one or two for volley.
Unless we're really hitting those windows hard.
Is there a lot of dead bodies by them?
I don't know. I can't see in these things.
I just heard one guy die. So Union is moving. JD's going up to the very top floor. So they want this house. I really like this map in the old days, just because of oh, what the heck is boy? Because of just all the fighting in the house. That was fun to watch. But obviously not happening now.
Did any CSA garrison the mill when this began?
I don't think so.
No.
They stayed outside.
The if 8th New York would not have charged earlier like they did, CSA would be winning right now. Definitely. I mean, they might be winning right now. I don't know.
I would say they are right now. Still just by a little bit. Some more Union coming out.
Union's gotta make a push at some point.
I'm curious why 12th VA has their bin. That's fixed in this situation. I highly doubt they're taking a charge, and they could definitely take them off and try to get more accurate shots.
A lot of groups just like to have them on, and so they don't have to worry about picking them on and putting them off. That's what we do, at least. We just pretty much always have them on.
Yeah, there is. I mean, sure, it sways your gun a little bit more, but normally with how much combat you have in NA events melee-wise, it's generally just better to have it on.
Hmm. That was 12 VA. I just moved farther to the right and then just switched to independent fire.
8th, whoever is shooting here. 8th New York and Colquitt here are getting nice shots on 12th VA. 12th VA doesn't have a flag either, which sucks.
Yeah, I think that wing of the Union is actually causing them to fall behind in morale right now. Oh, definitely. Colquitt just
Oh crap!
very shots.
FuseWall Jackson's like has this most epic voice for the volley, and then he's like, "There's 4 guys with them."
Yeah.
Skirmishing order, official skirmishing order. Get rocks, get behind these rocks. To the rear, boys, to the rear. Oh shit.
Wow.
Independent fire, boys.
FuseWall goes down, so sad. Smash like button for FuseWall Jackson. No.
For FuseWall Jackson ASMR.
Indeed. Yeah, that's the newest content Battleline's going to be releasing here, ASMR.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, that would be an interesting. I'd just have a video with like a bunch of just gunshots in the background, just scenery shots. Who is?
Takes bayonets.
What does Collector do? Collector's Ramboing here in the 9th Corps, getting many kills and goes down. Collector, what are you doing, my boys? That was a true.
He's getting his use out of his Lamat. He doesn't get that very often.
JD's pushing farther forward here. They're using the stone wall here. Oh, are you? Oh, why'd that happen? I just watched a volunteer from JD point blank execute a friendly when trying to shoot the enemy. Yeah, for those of you, yeah.
I'm actually really liking JD's position here. As long as they can keep their heads down enough to avoid the volley fire, I think they got a good spot.
Come on, pistols.
Oh, now they're pulling out. I don't know why.
Use the pistols.
Yeah, the pistols for sure.
If they could have like 12K come up with them, hard in front of them, and just clean up with pistols, they could clear out a lot of these big groups.
I cannot see a thing, dude.
Nice shot, D's. And for those of you who don't know, we're each spectating in game. I can't stream in Discord. So if we see something here, they might not see it, but that's fine.
It's interesting once again JD's position because if they were not in the place that they were right now, I would say that Colquitt and 8th New York that were over here when they had their previous number. I would say that would have been a prime opportunity maybe about 2 minutes ago to just push the Union right wing in, and perhaps even get close enough to get behind. Who's over here? 9th Corps. Yep, 9th Corps and 1st PA. Yep, 1st PA. I would love to see them get behind, but I don't know if they can while JD's there.
Oh, I wouldn't push at all if I was CSA. Pushing closer to that mill is just going to open you up to a counterattack or something.
I wouldn't hold that position in no way, but if you can come around that corner of the mill right there and put a volley into them, and then take off back to your previous position, you'll definitely do damage, and it'll definitely get them shooken up.
Oh, it's like Collector's going across the creek.
Alright, guys. What is GB doing all the way over here?
I think they're skirmishing. I don't know who they're shooting at, but they're skirmishing.
MB.
I think they're shooting at there's a wild card over here. Yeah, they're way far out. Can't even cross over here. Well, I don't think you can cross a little farther to their right. Never tried it, but I'm pretty sure you can.
Yeah, once again, I'm not too sure about that. If they can, though.
Natty, watch the line.
fire, he says. Independent fire.
Hold on, hold on.
Jeez.
Get fire well, guys. Any
We
fire?
are 20 minutes into the match,
Oof, time
Man.
flies.
and nobody's that engaged.
Looks like Union is going to go to it first.
Probably. They got a cap point or just push. Either or.
Looks
Something.
like they're inching closer to it.
They
It
are
looks like
indeed.
Union is gearing up for at least to contend the riverbed here. They got a lot of personnel moving over.
See Missouri State Guard here. They're the split. Kelly's brigade split in the Missouri State Guard in 8th New York.
Friendly's in front.
Both of those regiments here tonight.
Fire.
Point's starting to go down now.
I hear one of them yelling, "Do not cap." So they Union hitting engage first. Wow. Never thought I'd see that on Progress Mill.
Is that normal decay on point? Is that normal?
Should be. Yeah.
Second Mississippi doing a great job adjusting to where the enemy is, moving down the rail.
I'd cap here.
Yeah, I agree. I would as well. I don't think there's much that can contest you.
No.
There's not, yeah.
Looks like they're doing that exactly.
Hey,
Kai.
pistol time.
Walking into a
Colquitt's
massive-
brigade's charging. And dies. And they hit engage because of that. Here comes
And
more.
they
Colquitt.
continue to come in.
So,
Oh
looks
my
like
goodness. GB is pulling so many CSA over here. 8th New York's moves all the way over to the left.
holy, why are they going so far that way? Second MS, CSA's charging here as Union. Oh my goodness, what the heck? They're going to hit him in the back while they're trying to cap point. IVB hitting MSG. You also see second MS charging the bulk of the Union force.
There's still some Union on the other side of the barn. 9th Corps is over there on the other side of the mill. Excuse me. Here comes Second Corps, 5th Florida.
Union cap point. It looks like for the most part, so IVB winning on that mill part. Still a lot of Union on the left side of that mill. Fighting happening over point.
If you kind of zoom out here, CSA is definitely going to win that. Unless
Oh,
9th
yeah.
Corps comes over.
12th VA. I think this is 12th VA anyways. Yeah, 12th VA is big to push in.
9th Corps needs to come around that mill. Start pushing that point. They want to keep it capped.
Yeah, I mean, the whole Union team was all the way on the right flank. 9th Corps State pretty much held their position. See it? There's no CSA over here.
9th Corps got 30 people they could use. They could at least get in the
Great
mill
shot.
and just start shooting out the windows.
Yeah, I think the lack of 9th Corps' presence and I think the Union, as soon as the CSA got on them, I think the Union coordination pretty much fell apart in that riverbed.
Keep floating down the river, dead man.
They might want CSA to recap it though. Maybe? I have no idea.
I mean, what's JD? JD's trying to push back up. At least whoever this front regiment is, it is JD.
I can see your face, whoever's behind you.
Well, CSA still winning.
Don't know
see-
how I feel about sending
Here comes
cavalry.
9th Corps. A part of it.
Don't know how I feel about sending cavalry out to the wide right here. I would like to see them come around, honestly, come around the mill and put those pistols to work right in the back of the CSA.
I'm
I can't cross too far right.
No, I mean come back towards the mill and cross over left where IVB is, and then just swing around, or where IVB was rather.
Pushing with those pistols. Just cycle charging is always going to be good for you, really. As long as you're going as a group, you can definitely win on tickets.
CSA caps and pulls back.
Oh shit, sorry. boys.
It's exactly what they should be doing.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
I'm surprised Ninth Corps sent some of their forces there at the very end. It's not like Union was ahead on tickets, so they wouldn't charge for that reason. They were down on tickets. Why would they charge?
No, I think Corded posed the actual best move there. I think getting in the mill and actually taking shots down that riverbed from the mill would have been the best. I think that would have been the best move to get some of that ticket advantage back.
Mm-hmm.
Union shifting. They're going down the kind of a three-pronged group here. Ninth Corps returning to their position on the left. 12th VA kind of hitting the center. The rest of the Union going down the right side. Corporal Viking saving that flag.
That's the cap flag. Gonna want to keep that.
Hey, he saved it. Look at that. See, why is CSA pushing out as far as they are? I mean, they're getting kills. They're also exposing themselves.
It is what I say about this riverbed. It really does. When both sides expose themselves down at this riverbed, it really does show anybody watching like who is the best shot of the two groups. Really test the iron, because the best shot is always who wins this, unless cavalry comes in like they are and wipes your whole flank.
Union starting to push from both sides onto the point. CSA not pushing up yet.
God, those pistols.
Union should try to knock the CSA down to taking losses before they cap. They're kind of close.
They've got time to put into breaking if they stay aggressive.
Yeah, that I don't know about that group moving into that huge CSA line so piecemeal,
Yep.
but
Oh, here comes Star. CSA is moving in from all sides.
I don't think they realized how many Union was there.
yeah, I think the unit's getting ready to just get overrun here.
Oh, actually, they just led the charge. Never mind. Here comes the rest. That's a lot of CSA coming up. Very exposed right now. Be good shots for Union.
Oh, they're all reloading. At least the one group I'm seeing. Confederates taking losses. The Union will be very close to taking losses.
12th VA in a great position to
Ooh,
put some fire.
there
in.
they just went.
FuseWall is having a joy here. Ninth Corps is being aggressive, charging in here. Union ahead on tickets right now.
I don't think there's going to be enough 9th Corps to win that one.
Oh, run that flag back, Ward. Run it back. There you go.
Those Union Rambos, or I don't know if it was Rambos when they charged, but heck of a job. 12th VA has phenomenal angle right now, and they only hit a couple guys. CSA's taking a lot of hits, falling back again. Turtle,
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
no.
Yeah, I don't think hanging out near that river is doing that many favors at this point.
There you go, JD. Push up with those pistols. Never mind. They're just gonna shoot.
I'm coming up. I'm coming up. Watch out, watch out.
Northeast.
JD's moving further forward in the woods. This match so far has been a tale of two halves.
What?
It's been two completely different stories. The first half, a lot of sitting and shooting, and the second half has been a lot of aggression from the Union.
This is unrelated, but if you look at the top of the barn, these like the things on top there are super shiny.
App on my phone, it'll tell me if I'm loaded.
Stainless steel.
We will check this in a moment. Union actually getting very aggressive here. 12th VA pushing up as well. Volleys being exchanged, a lot of kills. Let's look at this beautiful. Oh yeah, you're not kidding. I wish my thing had higher settings though than low. CSA almost halfway down the breaking. Almost 15 minutes left in this match. JD has really turned this match around. IVB being shot up by nearly the whole CSA team, and IVB is falling back. The rest of the CSA falling back. That is the other. Nah, IVB is repositioning behind the mark. A good idea. Good idea.
Not sure if the CSA right flank is trying to remuster or regroup or do something, but they definitely should get in this fight because Union is going to rip IVB apart. Well, has ripped IVB apart as a result.
I think everyone just needs to stay in cover. Turtle it.
Indeed.
Play for time or something.
9th Corps has resumed their position that they were in at the beginning of the match.
They doing their aim before they fire and then rise fire.
I believe so, yeah.
Here comes JD. They're gonna charge up the cabin.
I like this a lot. Remix goes down, but oh crap! A lot of JD got slaughtered there. I don't know how many kills did they get. A couple. They lost a lot of men before they were able to shoot.
Yeah, I think a slow advance here is probably the best way to play this. I think Union needs to be incredibly mindful of their right flank at this point, though.
Don't worry, GB's got it covered over here. They're so far out there.
This is the farthest I've seen Union go. They've been here the whole match too, for the most part, at least when I've been looking.
They're trying to find their cannons.
Yeah, I'm really curious what GB is doing.
Are they crossing? No
They're
way.
gonna find out they can't.
Oh no, they're just shooting.
Where are they shooting?
They see smoke. Oh.
There's CQB. They're actually landing hits. They saw CQB tucked into this woods over here. They landed 3 or 4 kills.
Holy crap! Yeah, no, that's insane.
Oh, we're gonna swap VA charging out 8th New York.
Mississippi Brigade did not move. Wow. Okay.
Well, it's kind of sort of close, but 12th VA is gonna get it.
Oh, that was hilarious. So CSA falling back even further behind the barn with the majority of their
They're
team.
turtling. This is the turtle.
Can CSA go further back, or is that the farthest they can go?
No, they can go farther back, but you might as well just stay behind the buildings for cover.
Well, Union should be careful with the cap here.
Yeah, if they cap, CSA could just push out aggressively. I don't know how far the Union can go on this map, but I mean, I don't know how effectively they're going to be able to hit the CSA.
They're not gonna be able to hit them from right now. They're hiding behind the barn. I don't think there's any way they can really. They definitely can't shoot at them. They might be able to get out of bounds at them.
Ooh, what are these guys doing at spawn? Oh, are they respawning? They're respawning.
Now, girls, both your purses.
The CSA spawn. They got to get out of there. Why are they
I'll be
reloading and sitting?
This is the first time I've ever seen CSA fall this far back on this map. I don't think I've ever seen this, I guess, defensive turtling play on this map ever.
That is kind of one of the best maps to do it.
I don't disagree with you. I think it's working out very well. I mean, they're not taking any casualties. I've just never seen it. This map is usually, as far when I've played it, it's usually very hyper aggressive on both sides.
What is the Union doing right now? Why aren't they pushing further forward? Union just needs to pre-cap and then send guys up to try to get as close as they can to knock them down to breaking. CSA's not that far away.
I think they have a lone volunteer assigned to that duty right now, or at least he was, I think. Nope.
Let's see what Remix is going to do here for JD.
Well, good. Some of them.
Remix saying chart. Oh, there's one guy with him.
Yep, he was by himself.
I can't see nothing.
Union's quite spread out here. 9th Corps back in their old position. Only looks like 12th VA in the center, and everybody else back on the right wing.
Dang these guys.
They might as well just all push up. They can probably either pre-cap it or something.
They have the ticket advantage as well.
Yep.
Like, they can take casualties.
9th Corps starting to push up on the road.
So,
They're
Union-
shooting.
the
They
barn.
were shooting at 12 VA.
Yo,
We just got volleyed by our own
I think we
guys once
took
we got
fire
hit.
from the left.
Pretty sure, dude.
Team killing is fun.
Forward boys.
There's their flag. I saw their flag behind the barn.
Yeah, their flag is
how many?
indeed.
that's really funny.
Yeah.
You guys weren't the ones who were supposed to be shooting me.
Collector's trying to snipe with his pistol.
Where is that man? No way. Oh, Collector. Collector is saying nice shot. As you should.
Nice.
What a gentleman.
Whenever you go to spectate him, he just immediately dies.
He really does. I'm sorry, Collector. It's my fault. Anyways, 12th VA pushing forward, falling back. They probably got out
I
of
guess
bounds.
that's the out of bounds line.
CSA is so freaking close.
Kind of an unrelated note here. Have you guys been able to open the barn doors recently? Because the other day I was playing and my guys could, neither myself nor my guys could open the barn doors.
I haven't played the game in a while.
I'm pretty sure you still can.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe to get a server I was only
Like the big doors?
Yeah, like the big
Oh.
door.
Hmm.
No, like the normal doors work fine and everything, but those big barn doors, yeah, I could not get them to open.
The ones on the
Oh,
bottom,
I
I saw
don't know
someone
what
open
12th VA 's
them. Here we
doing.
go, 12 VA. They're doing the good Lord's work.
Union's got a pre-cap here.
Wow.
Union should pre-cap.
I agree. This would be an excellent time to cap. 'Cause you're
Oh
definitely
yeah,
at
they're gonna
breaking
go to
here.
breaking.
How are they not at breaking?
Expose,
Ooh, they
IVDs
just
expose
squeezed that
themselves.
out.
Now they can shoot. They got a target.
So, 8th New York charging out. Oh, what is 8th
Uh-oh.
New York doing?
And there it
Uh-oh.
is. I think we're going to see a win here on the Union.
Yeah, they should. Union converging on point. What happened? That was brilliantly well done by 12th VA. Will CSA be able to get here? They got to charge up. Here they come. On all fronts.
Oh, it might slow down.
Oh!
Wow.
There we go.
Fought it.
I was just gonna hold off the
Wow.
Union coming from spawn.
Why did they
IDB.
not pre-cap?
I think they started to.
That was too late.
They just didn't get to it in time.
That's sad.
Yeah, I think Eagle made a good point. If that pre-cap was there, that would have been a win.
But I mean, even regardless of Union not winning, CSA is falling back. Union's winning on point. Wait,
Does CSA not have the number to hold this position?
no, their guys are like kind of falling back and reforming.
Are they aware they're about to lose?
They're coming back. I mean, a bunch of them are respawning. They all died.
Yeah, the Union's coming back in too.
Union hit breaking. I mean, even if Union don't win here, they're almost a morale stage up. Now they're losing again.
Mhm.
I mean, Confederates are probably going to go in the last stand in a minute. So, here come the whole CSA team in mass.
12 VA, the disadvantage here. All took their shots. Looks like some are reloaded though.
Hide behind their flag. They would never
Wow.
it's not with
They got to hold for 6 minutes here. Wow, basically in last, they're almost in last stand. Might as well be.
That's gonna be tough.
What the fuck?
They may be able to do it.
I don't think so.
See.
That's why you play the match. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
We have Brian here. Oh, Brian dies. I need to stop looking at people when they're rambling. They'll just die.
Let's fucking
So,
Goofy. Don't battle hunt. Don't battle hunt.
CSA falling back here, getting as far back as they can to avoid casualties. 5 minutes remaining here. Very close to last stand.
I think what CSA might want to do is try and conserve as many people as possible. Wait until the Union comes in, and try and suicide as many people in there, so that they get that extra respawn.
Honest, there's no point to the Union or Confederates should just stop wasting their shots.
They should stop being out there. One thing.
Yeah. Oh, no, Rambo? I'm doxing you. There's a JD guy. He's on CSA though. Oh, he left.
Oh,
I'm glad he left. But CSA hitting last stand. A couple Union guys on point. Gonna try to bait the CSA out, and here they go.
Yeah, they're coming.
4 minutes left.
All right, I got your back again, Kirby.
I'm gonna be.
Get those pistols.
CSA's got to be hold a good 2 pushes here. Confederates
nice,
trying
and
to.
everyone in. They're spread out.
What is the CSA's got to push in as a blob. Why are they so spread out?
Yeah, IBB went far out to the CSA right wing. Collector
And
coming in. I don't know if he's going to be able to save it this time.
That's
there it
game.
goes.
So congrats to JD winning the first game of Battle Line Wednesday Season 2. Exciting first match. Oh, they got all the pistols. What the heck? Corded, your thoughts for the first round?
Well, we proved our point about being aggressive as Union. Obviously, that works. I mean, once they started doing that, it accelerated them into the lower morale status and ended the game faster. Otherwise, they were looking at being stiff on time, but eventually they got it in the end.
That's true. Wolf, your thoughts for this round?
Yeah, I think Cordit's right there. I mean, you can even see in the battle report, while the Union was playing very passively or more defensively, I would say, they weren't getting as much done. But as soon as they figured out that aggression was the way to go, the kills started racking up, and I think that's what won them the day, is the aggression in the latter part of the match.
For sure. Thank you guys for your thoughts. And with that being said, we'll see you in the next round. Here we are, live on the second round. Union falling back almost right away to start this round. And the CSA taking a little time. So, Corded, what does the CSA normally do to assault Cook's countercharge?
Well, this is a very aggressive map for CSA. Usually, I'd say most popular base one that I like to do is go far left, go right around this row, start pushing up there. Maybe send some smaller people toward the artillery and kind of going after that hill, getting the tickets there. But my goodness, what the Union is doing. I have thought about doing that myself, but I don't play Union, so because of holding that white fence, which is okay. Actually, I thought about doing that
Can you
as
shoot through it?
CSA. Huh?
You can shoot through that, right?
You can shoot through that.
Their flags
Well,
just give them away.
Sort of. Yeah. Also, the giant burning farm. But I think as CSA, it's not the worst place to be to receive a charge because right around that house, there's an invisible wall, so it's kind of a place where you can hold a good charge, I guess. But there is the threat of big shot. The CSA is going to have free reign over this, and IVB went out right out of spawn to the left side, so they're going to have an immediate great position.
Oh, for sure, and they're gonna be able to keep going for a while too. So this will be interesting because 2nd MS is leading the CSA. Missouri State Guard's leading USA. Missouri State Guard is a part of Kelly's brigade, and that Kelly's brigade beat 2nd MS in the playoffs. So 2nd MS going to want some revenge. They got a good map pick to do so. It'll be exciting. Wolf, as a USA regiment, what does USA normally do on a map like this? And I mean,
I'll be honest. I've never seen them do what they're doing now.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've ever seen this. I don't know who came up with this plan, but it's definitely groundbreaking as far as I've ever seen. Usually, I see the graveyard as the most defensive play, but I think I've now seen something even more defensive than that. So, the only thing I'd be concerned about is the Union not being able to seize point if CSA decides to take it here.
Make sure you're crashed.
I'm going to spectate IVB right now and see if they get confused as to where this Union is.
No, I think IVB is just going to cut their spawn off. I mean, I don't know why, but I think that's what they're going for.
And there's a couple Union guys at their spawn. They're falling back into the woods.
Oh yeah, there they are.
They're in the forest.
Yeah, they're in the forest, Ravi.
What? This is.
I mean, especially with the way that the balance is right now. I mean, I'm not CSA, so I don't want to speak on what strategy I would see them use. But I mean, I would at least attempt to take point and see what the Union does. I mean, they have no choice at some point but to push out. But if you can win that fight and can just hold them off the point, like you're gonna do casualties and maybe even win if they can't take point from you.
No, I agree completely. I mean, the way Union is right now, Union's going to have to charge across a big open field to try to retake point. It's going to give you beautiful shots. And if you win that initial charge, you can just cut them off in their spawn and just spawn camp them.
Yeah, I think that's what I was saying. IVB is in great position to stop any kind of Union spawn. They won't even be able to get loads in. They'll have to immediately fall back to the woods, taking tons of casualties. And as long as the CSA on their right flank right now can hold any kind of charge on point, I think it's going to be very hard for the Union to win this.
Yeah, I do not see. I know. CSA not wanting to cap, 2nd MS not wanting to cap. They're pushing forward up to where IVB is. Does CSA know the Union is on the far right? They gotta know.
I don't think they do.
I don't think they know
they're
where they
assuming
are.
that they're like behind their spawn, behind that definitely, or it's hiding behind the graveyard.
Can they see the flags? They might be able to see the flag sticking up behind the fence.
I don't think.
It's kind of hard
to see.
Let's follow. We're gonna follow these guys, see if they hear them or see them.
Doctor's gonna get him with
It's hard to know whether they're heading for the haystacks right now or they're heading for that position.
I don't think there's anybody.
Zeus said he thinks there's nobody. They don't know they're there.
Wow.
Nobody home.
Hold on the table. Is what I'm saying.
They don't know they're there.
Now, if the Union wants to wipe half the CSA team without,
Oh.
Someone spotted the flags.
Hey, get behind the hay. Get behind the hay.
Behind the hay.
Oh, that's great.
Their cover's blown.
That's
Oh,
amazing.
wow. They just immediately run away.
I don't know if
Dang.
I don't know if I'd fall back from that position either.
No,
I mean,
I
if
agree.
you know that they're right on the other side of that fence, you have a whole haystack to get behind. They can get hit through that fence. I'd start taking pot shots, go right through the fence, go to the intersection in the road. I mean, CSA had great cover.
Hi, Zoo.
Company, take aim, direct same spot. Direct left.
Knight and the 8th New York now are now going to be taking shots here. Where the Union's hiding. Let's see how much damage they do. None.
Say that volley was kind of close. We'll never die together.
I wonder if the Union knows that the CSA knows that they're there.
Good question.
Ooh, that's a twister.
Yeah, it really
Okay,
is.
now they're gonna cap. Thank goodness.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
Now they're gonna have to come out hiding.
And now the Union is really at a disadvantage because the CSA knows where the brunt of their force is, so they're going to be waiting for that to come out. I really would love to see IVB kind of like tuck more guys into the fence line here. I don't know how far up they can get on it, but they're taking some losses over here.
You can't get much farther up that snake fence. Yeah, and where MSG is right now is actually a pretty good place to be if CSA pushes your spawn like that. You got some trees around here, and they're not really expecting you to be there.
Yeah, I think the only problem is if the CSA fights the Union from taking point, and the entire team has to basically fall back to their Union spawn, and the rest of the CSA comes over, they're going to be in a very bad position. I mean, all of them pinned into the woods and not being able to instantly get reloads, I think it's going to lead to a lot of casualties. I don't know. That's just what I think.
Here they go.
Hold right here, boys, on my left and right. Gentlemen, take aim. Gentlemen, go ahead, keep
I'm gonna really like to see what this approach is here.
I
It looks
agree.
like or a two-prong. It looks like a two-prong approach coming.
IVB is falling back from the left.
Get ready, get ready. Gave him some cover and fire. We'll shoot out their fire.
They're gonna really push the CSA. Looks like it. No, never mind. They stopped.
Who is pushing up far forward here? Looks like Natty Light here, 5th Florida. They're pushing to this Union right side here. The Union at their spawn still kind of sitting back taking shots. I don't know how Union's going to be able to take this back out.
No, they put themselves in a bad position.
Interesting
It's an
idea.
Yeah, cool idea, but no. Because now they're out in the open.
I hope to hell the Union can outshoot them. I think that's their only chance. If the Union has better shots, they could win this, but that's the only way I see here.
Who is... Are they... I hope these guys, the 5th VA guys, if they're in formation spread out like this is beautiful.
I think they usually try to be in formation. Sometimes the ends are on skirmishing, but...
I think Sevy's getting ready to be a little bit aggressive over here on the CSA left wing.
Yep, there he comes. Union
he's going to go straight in, I think.
Shoot him right there.
Oh, I'm just going to shoot through the hay, I guess.
The Union blue flag waved in front of my camera, and the whole screen was blue for a moment, and I'm like, crap. Then a blue screen. Union from their spawn are moving out now. At least a couple of them.
I think
Be
it's the
great
CSA.
It'd be great if IVB and Sussy went down this road on the left and got right behind them. That'd be some great shots.
I agree. I think that's. I think there would be a great play to get some kills.
I wonder though if they don't want to do that, because if Union turns around and charges them and has more men, they don't want to get wiped, lose those flags.
If they do, they have a fence that they have to defend, which is going to be good for them.
It's true. Is yeah.
The only problem I could see now is if the CSA lets enough Union get gathered up near their main, the battlefield will shift in a direction. If they don't catch it quickly enough, the battlefield will shift in a direction where the Union can approach right behind them and be in position to not only take point, but wipe half of the CSA rank. But I don't know how much the CSA is going to pay attention to that. There's some bodies over there now near spawn, so if they get coordinated, they do stand to come right up behind the CSA over here on their left wing.
That's probably the Union's only hope here.
Yeah, you're gonna have to break a wing here. You're gonna have to break their left or their right wing. I don't think right wing is viable, so you're gonna have to attack Sevi, and I forget who else was over there, but you're gonna have to go through Sevi at this point.
I would like to report that Collector has been team killed twice in a row.
Hell yeah.
By his IDB boys.
5th Florida is starting to push a little further back. IVB still holding in that main area.
Yeah, not looking good for Union at all. Back down in morale, in a bad position to win the field. Yeah, not looking good.
The only way the Union can win Cook's countercharge is if the attackers are not aggressive. Turtling only works if the CSA team refuses to stay near point.
Yeah, I think the problem with the Union is they basically made it easy for the CSA to get aggressive. They gave them all the ground that they needed to be able to hold. Like, CSA doesn't need to make any kind of advance. They just have to hold the ground that they're on.
It's good ground. IVB is getting a little messy here. Are they going to be charging? It looks like they are. CSA has such a ticket lead right now.
I think Corden might have mentioned it before. I would have liked to seen the road used there, but I mean, either way, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little too late now. The Union around there has gotten their numbers back, so it wouldn't have been too effective.
And IVB is pulling decently far back. Looks like they're just trying to keep that point up. You do have some 1st Missouri. It's a mix of guys, mostly Graves Battery. They're just kind of taking shots on the flank here. IVB capping it. But yeah, but for now, we're 7 minutes into this counterattack. And the Confederates are just dominating, but that's not really surprising with the situation presented in front of us. Union's got to charge at some point. Question is, when will they?
I'd be very careful with the IVB right now. They're basically surrounded on, I don't know if they know, but they're surrounded on all 3 sides, and they're moving to engage Graves, looks like.
Is that enemy?
It looks like they're just going to try and break out on one flank.
Sevi going down. So sad. Oh, officers should stop going in the front of their, at least in regimental. Stand a couple guys back, at least. Pubs, it makes sense to be in front.
Mississippi Guard has some great shots here. Or, well, I'm sorry, Missouri Guard. Great shots. Ouch. Wide barrel down.
51st PA is shooting at their friendlies. Are those friendlies? Hitting front, I think. Where are they shooting?
I think you're right. I think Union is shooting Union. They do.
Yep.
They just realized they were shooting their own men. Wow. Yikes.
They're still shooting them.
I don't know. You gotta put them binos to work.
It looks like they hit a couple guys too, which I don't know.
They did. I think that's what triggered the conversation about it being friendlies. They didn't know until they started killing their own men.
Oh, are they're charging their friendlies now.
I hope they don't stab them.
No, but I guess they're just what the heck?
Oh, yeah, CSA push on the far right. What was this?
Well, there they go.
Fifth Florida, 50A.
Hold on, let's go.
They've got a decent chance. Take
Yeah,
the
I mean, if you
handbills.
can catch these guys running away and you can nail a lot of them, the only problem is you're going to get ready to walk into rifles here by Missouri.
Union hitting engaged.
Eat my fucking ball, bastards.
Oddly enough, got a lot of kills in that. I really thought they were going to walk into a rifle volley and take a lot of damage, but they didn't. They did a lot of damage.
Holy crap.
No, you're just gonna stick to shooting. That's the good way to go.
Yeah, I mean, if you're winning the shots.
Get fired, pull back. Fire.
12th VA is doing some rising independent fire. Still not capping though. Holy crap. Sussy Light destroying the Union here on this flank.
Flag. Good.
Who is flanking on the far left? It'll be
Think I might. Yeah,
Savvy dying again. Poor Savvy, he keeps dying on these things. JD is just falling back. That's gonna... I guess their tickets don't really matter at this point. Union just does not want to engage. They're acting like a bunch of skirmishers right now.
It's interesting how long IVB is holding this. I mean, they're getting wiped out now, but there was a lot of them here before the officer got in there.
Yeah, who's Grim here? Great
Grim,
shots.
taking him down.
Grim from... Not the Grim from Colquitt's. Grim with an extra M from MSG. I'm still Union has to push now. They wiped IVB. You're not going to get a better opportunity to try to take this point than now.
I think CSA needs to push into the point. Let's use that defilade against the Union. They got a lot of people held up in the center.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Corded may have a point there. I don't think the CSA stands anything to lose by taking that defilade in between the two hills.
Yeah, they're already. Never mind. That's not how it works. I was gonna say they're up on tickets. It doesn't matter, but they're attacking. So, CSA right crew over here, 5th Florida 58. They're still doing good over here. They're getting good shots. No one's really charging them out. You can see a lot of dead bodies over here.
No one's even shooting them.
Yeah,
No,
that's the
they don't
only
even know
thing
they're
I would worry. That's the only thing I would worry about right now is the CSA. They're in good position to get kills, but if the enemy decides to coordinate a move for point at one time, they are out of position to help defend the rest of their team.
That's the big thing, if they decide to, which Union is not deciding to do anything right now.
Losing a lot of guys in that open field, though.
They're pushing up the CSA left, Union right side, though.
They're in these trees, boys.
Problem
No,
is they're
those are
gonna-
not trees. Oh, I
Problem
guess
is
he's
that-
talking about this one.
They're gonna walk right into IVB. They're basically reformed at this point.
Holy crap, that was fast. But point is going in favor of Union.
Who's capping it right now?
It
Looks like
is
9-4.
and 12-8. CSA is not even trying to contest this.
I have no idea why. They could win right now if they get them off. And with the ticket advantage and being attackers, they stand nothing to lose
Why?
by that push. They're going to let them take it, I believe. Or they're going to try to stop it too late.
They're only sending some of their guys, though. What the heck
Yeah, it's
was
not
that?
enough. And Union goes back to battle ready.
Alright, it's a close battle ready. CSA both sides being engaged. 5th VA and them. Now they're charging in. They're gonna
Yeah, I
win
don't-
here. That didn't make any sense. They should have charged sooner, because now we're just gonna have to wait even longer.
they're gonna win here, but they stood a very good chance of being able to hold the counterattack off and take the map. I don't know why they didn't decide to all push at one time.
At this point, CSA should just charge. Union's spread out right now.
Hey,
I agree. Yeah, IVB should turn right, like literally right now, and move in.
Here comes Knight with 8th New York. They're gonna hit into 1st Missouri here from the Missouri State Guard. Oh, that officer's body just like yeeted itself.
Right now, CSA, come on, push all the way up. You got a good opportunity to box the Union in again.
Yeah, I think they're missing the ball there, Corded. I think like you said, there was an opportunity there to put the unit all in their spawn and seize point, and I think they're missing that.
What is GB doing? They love the right flank apparently.
9th Corps seems to be pulling back to the graveyard, which I have seen that before. That's typical.
But they're the only ones doing it.
Coordination breakdown?
What is GB doing on this far side? I'm so confused. Come on, Vec. 1. Vec dies. R.I.P.
It's who? It's Collector. He's
Collector.
going in.
Oh, let's go. Yes, he gets 1. He finally gets a kill. We got him. Ah, he dies. Oh, do we have another? We have Buford T. Justice here. Buford's moving in. Where are our boys?
It's like fifth Florida's taking that right side again. It's good. They only 5th VA with them, so they're a little low in numbers.
Buford gets 1. Ah, Buford dies. Panzer remains. Focusing on the important things.
I don't know if Graves Battery is trained in skirmish tactics. I believe they're just an independent battery, but yeah, without being a trained skirmish group, I don't know. I definitely don't think this is a good play right now. But he's gonna hide. They have no idea. They have no clue that he's there. Wow.
They just had a couple of their guys went in there and die. I mean, Collector. I guess
yeah.
they don't have a flag.
What color do you think Panzer's pants are right now?
Not blue. Or not dark blue. Oh, are they? I don't know. They're jeans. He's going to take a shot. Will he get a hit?
Oh.
Did he get a hit? Was that him? Oh, no, he missed. Oh.
Oh, he had one.
Oh, that was okay. Look at that.
I think it was him.
I mean, they're being shot at from multiple different... Who is running up from the CSA spawn? It's Vec. Vec knows they're there. We'll check back that in a... We'll check back in a moment. Savvy and IVB, they're going this way. Oh, passive here looking. Vec. No.
Pass is trying to find him. He knows he's there. Oh.
Correct me if I'm wrong. The kills play no part in who actually is determined as the winner from this, correct?
Correct. The only... Oh, he sees them. So, basically... Yeah, no. Winners get points. KD doesn't really matter for that. However, if teams are tied, it goes down to KD. And passive gets it.
There you go.
The GB story has ended. So KD does matter, especially for tiebreaker. And with how few match... Well, I guess there's an opportunity to get a lot of points this season compared to last season. But KD is still very, very important. But the biggest concern should be winning, right?
I only ask because with that in mind, I don't see any reason why CSA doesn't take point again. I mean, Union is... I mean, other than the IVB, Union is boxed in spawn. And like we said before, once again, an open field has to be crossed in order to contest that position. Well, I guess they're going to cap now. Yeah, if I was CSA, I would move up and utilize that definitely. And I don't. I think getting closer and having cover would be more than beneficial here.
Yep.
58.
Definitely closing the distance is going to be a good idea. Because if you're already going to cap the point, you might as well be on it. Especially if there's a def lead to have.
100%.
There we go.
Looks like Zoo's falling back off the right wing.
Doesn't mean she can't get the bone while boned. Oh, I heard all of them.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I honestly looks like the CSA just wants to bait the Union out, have them recap, and then countercharge. But we didn't see that last time, so I guess there's no reason to believe that they would do it this time.
I think it'd be nice if they sent the whole CSA to the team to the left. Just push out that spawn crew.
I just don't, unless there's a reason, which, as far as I know, what you explained, there isn't. Unless there's a reason to strategically prolong this, I would play the point if I was CSA. I don't think the Union has the ability to take it back from you, and I would put all my cards on that.
Yeah, Who is this Union Rambo? I'm doxing you. There on the far Union right. We have Remix here from JD. He's doing a little. He's not. Will he get a hit? I don't know if he did.
Can you guys hear me? We saw link in the chat. What were you guys thinking?
Looks like we're taking about 4 regiments over here. Y'all might want to push their right.
Yeah, okay.
But
That's fine.
10 minutes left in the counterattack. The Union's got to push at some point. I mean, that's really it. Nothing too much is happening. Everything we're seeing, you guys are seeing.
Goofy, you're what happens when they give Goofy gets rabies.
Make sure your runs are good, boys. Once you boys are loaded and ready, melee mode.
Charge bayonets.
Looks like Zoo's heading off to the left wing. Not a bad decision. Don't know why the Union.
Ninth course coming off the wall.
Don't know why the Union would move further on their right wing. If anything, they should be getting closer, going left and getting closer to contest point here.
Yeah.
I'm about to die.
And they're getting ready to try to run an open ground towards 2 CSA companies. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know what the Union's doing. So 12th VA is moving up the center. 9th Corps is retaking those hay bales. 12th VA is just going. I don't know if they're trying to cap here. Looks like they are.
Trust the line.
So they are just holding both sides, similar ticket levels. JD kind of pushing very far forward here, taking volleys at CSA. JD losing a man. Very sad moment there. You could hear some of their privates there. Depressed.
I'm gonna be pretty disappointed if CSA loses this counterattack again. I mean, half of the Union is not even in position to contest it.
They should have won the first time.
Yeah, they should have. If I was CSA right now, I would. I think it's IVB and Zoo and Florida out here. I would bring it back in. I would definitely bring it back in. Either bring it back in or move up and swallow JD, because you're going to give Union ground here. You can see they're already moving onto the rocks right off the point.
All they need to do is move a little bit further in and they'll be capping it.
And even if Union starts to cap, there's no reason. I don't know. Maybe they're thinking they're going to get a higher KD here. Maybe they're thinking that. But priority should be to win. But, I mean,
Yeah, IVB's just standing idle right now. They could definitely use the manpower on these two units near point on the hill. It looks like we're going back left though. Interesting. Yeah, unless you're gonna roll up that left side and try to roll the Union back into their spawn, I don't see any point being out there.
7 minutes left in our counterattack. We're almost halfway through it, and we haven't seen much. Really haven't.
Left oblique.
Southwest.
Yeah, this is turning into a long event with all these counterattacks.
I feel like I'm watching an EU event right now.
Well,
Wow, it's just what it is.
It's true.
It's not
Yeah.
good or bad. It's I mean, that's subjective if you like those type of
you're
events.
crazy. Europeans don't cap the point. They don't really cap.
No, they just sit and spawn and just volley. Who is moving very far forward here for the Union? 51st PA here from 9th Corps. Moving the farthest forward we've seen the Union
I think
move.
you're seeing a play on point develop here.
I think you're probably right. I hope. It'd be really funny though if they just kind of stopped.
Yeah, they're gonna start capping.
If CSA wants to win this counterattack, they really need to get their head in the game here. That left wing needs to come in behind them like now.
They're gonna recap.
Oh.
Here they come. Actually, I should just keep saying things. Keep getting them wrong.
Yes, Union Good's gonna get thoroughly flanked.
Yeah, never mind. So half of these Union guys here are just not on point.
All right, I think we're looking at the beginning of the end. Hopefully the CSA right flank. Turn right. Yeah, there we go. God, you spent all that time shooting at them. You didn't know that they were going to come? Yeah, come on now, guys.
Jeez. So, Union at taking losses. Confederates will probably hit it very shortly. But as of...
Is Union about to win this?
I don't know, not right now.
No, now they're losing.
He's
Hey,
gonna run in a spawn maybe, but
I was about to say something, and then I right-clicked, and I'm like, oh. It's one thing. It can be hard to tell sometimes. Some Union guys coming from smaller. Is Union just bonsaiing?
I think they might have to. Although we do see some Union guns coming out.
I think it's going to be
Cannons?
critical here. Zoo has got to use his unit to hold back their approach as much as he can. It's going to be critical
back.
here.
2 GB guys went and took artillery.
Oh, what the heck?
Now they're running away.
I don't know why I'm hearing calls for falling back, but might be the dead Union talking to CSA actually.
Has that ever actually worked? Like dead people?
Oh, that's probably happened. Probably worked somewhere, but not in any serious amount, probably.
So Confederates want to win the game right now. They're gonna try to hold this point. Union might just... Why did that guy pick up the flag? Union should just be focusing on getting kills, trying to knock the CSA as far down as they can. They're breaking. Holy crap.
Yeah, I think a lot of the Union doesn't actually have loads in. I think the CSA is going to be able to do some work here.
I didn't even realize the Union was down a whole morale stage. Union's almost acting like there's a minute left, even though there's 4 minutes. I guess they're just trying to knock them down to last stand, which I don't know if you can do that in a couple minutes. At least on this map.
I'm only seeing a couple people shoot. I think a lot of them did not have loads.
You're
They
seeing...
gotta just be trying to flood the point, but there's so much CSA there that they can just shoot them down as they come.
Yeah, and IVB is like a minute away from being able to reinforce on point. So, oh, that I think they're already there. Actually, yeah, they are. So
Yeah, if they reform, they'll have a much better chance.
Don't worry, Union has 420 Poon Slayer 69 here. The Union artillery officer missing his second shot. He missed his second shot. Gets a third kill though. Union might be able to change the tide with this new artillery group. Sorry.
please.
Union forming up. Here they go. I don't know. I don't know the commander for this fight, but something charge. Union. This is a very spread out charge in terms of their whole team.
12th VA is about to get utterly ripped apart on this push.
And no, they didn't even get in the melee.
Yeah, some IVBs countercharging.
As they should. Keep them off point. Don't even want to risk overtime.
Yeah, this is. I think this is the end right here. The Union is so piecemeal in this advance. I don't think they can win this.
I kind of hope Union wins just because that'd be funny for half a second.
Yeah, they're just trickling in people. It's not going to work like that.
No. Union's...
We've seen that so many times with these, that someone's, a group's trying to charge out and their line's so strung out, it's just never going to work.
Union's trying to outflank them here. About 40 seconds left. 20 seconds left.
I think it pretty much played out. CSA, if they held point, I don't think like I said, I didn't think the Union was going to be able to take it back, and it played out that way.
10 seconds. Yeah, I think this was game. So yeah, Corded, your thoughts for the second round?
Well, the strategy to start, I was very confused about it. I don't think it was going to work really at all. Even if no one spotted you there, you're going to have to come out eventually. And CSA can already get a good position because you're not there to stop them coming from out of spawn. And doing that, you just put yourself at a disadvantage throughout the whole round.
Yeah, for sure. Wolf, your thoughts?
Yeah, very, very much like Cord had said, the initial strategy by the Union on their far left flank was questionable at best. You gave up a lot of ground to the CSA that, honestly, you didn't need to do. And then, in addition to that, to make it even worse, they spotted you at the beginning of the match, so they knew where the brunt of your force was. They knew where you had to come out from. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, two very bad things there. I think, honestly, I'd be willing to argue that initial strategy is probably what cost it this game.
For sure. With that being said, we'll see you in the post-game interview. Here we are with the post-game interview for the Battleline Network Wednesday event. We had our first regular season match for the second season. Very exciting. Our first round was on Prygrist Mill, where JD was leading the Union and Colquitt's Brigade was leading CSA. Colquitt's Brigade was doing good for the first half, but then JD started being aggressive, and JD came up on top at the end. And then our second round was on Cook's Countercharge, where we had 2nd Mississippi Brigade leading the CSA force, while we had Missouri State Guard leading the defense. A very interesting approach by this Union team to hide basically in the Mumma's farmhouse that's on fire. To defend, but 2nd MS won in the end. Pretty decisive victory. It was fun to watch. So we have a bunch of leaders, as you can see, and more. So let's talk strategy more. Let's go through and introduce everyone. So let's first start with the USA team. Let me see here. First, we got D's.
I've headed the 2nd Georgia and Jackson's division.
Next, we have FuseWall Jackson.
How's it going, guys? I'm Colonel FuseWall with the 12th Virginians.
And then we got Natty Light.
Hey guys, it's Natty from 12th VA. Good to see you guys.
And then on to our CSA team tonight, under Colquitt's and 2nd MS. First, we have Grim.
Lieutenant Colonel Grim from CQB. Hi guys, how's it going?
We got Handshake.
I'm Handshake. I'm the leader of the sharpshooting element, 2nd Mississippi. Yay!
We have Provost.
Hey, I'm Provost, artillery commander with Mississippi Brigade.
We have Yeet.
What's up? It's Yeet, 2nd Lieutenant of the 18th Mississippi of the Mississippi Brigade.
And then we have Smokey.
Yeah, Lieutenant Colonel Smokey Greenleaf. Obviously 2nd MS, MB, all day. Yee.
Hey, real quick, can we drag Brian up here?
Yeah, we'll put Brian up here. Yeah, we have Briant here. He was also on the USA team. Brian, you'd like to introduce yourself?
I don't know how the hell I'm a general, but Brigadier General Briant, Missouri State Guard. Pleased to meet you.
That's what all good generals say. I don't know why the hell I'm a general.
I'm not gonna put this part in, but Brian, for your information, the face cam will be on the video. I don't know if you care. I just thought I'd let you know.
Well, I'm sexy enough to be on YouTube.
I might just keep this in now. I might keep this in. So, your announcer team tonight. First, we have Wolf.
Hey everybody, Wolf here from 83rd PVI.
And we got Corded.
Hey.
And then, of course, there was myself as Guardian Eagle. So, let's talk about the first round Progress Mill. The Union JD team was attacking. So, we'll start with you guys. What was your strategy to attack the Progress Mill, and how did you guys react to the ever-changing battlefield?
So our idea was to take the mill. I mostly seen that match in puppies. It's not played too much in organized events. So what I was expecting was a big fight over the mill. And so I went over there. There were a few enemies on the left side. We were, wondering whether there'd be people there or not, but there weren't that many, so we just went in there, killed them. We went in and took over the mill. The visibility in there was kind of poorer than we expected, so we didn't deal many casualties there. So then we shifted over to the other side of the battlefield, shifted down the point, and we ended up capping that. We had a fight over it. They recapped, but they had more tickets at that point anyway, so it didn't really matter. So then we came in, attacked them again, and we were able to push them off. And then they tried to stay back before we put them in breaking, but Natty had the idea of just charging them out and going out of bounds to get them, and we ended up doing that. We put them in breaking, then we came very close to capping the point. They pushed us off again. It was a good fight, but we just came back in, put them in last stand, and were able to cap it. So, what's that?
Oh, thank you. Anyone else on the Union side for the first round have thoughts?
Yeah, that was so the original idea was to go for the mill, and it was interesting to see CSA adopt kind of what we had as an idea for an open field in Cooks, and applying it to like a wooded area like Progress Mill. I was expecting much more of a hearty fight over the river, because we were one thought I brought up and one concern I had was, well, what if they have 30, 50 guys hiding behind the mill shooting into the river? That's going to slow us down. And well, we were able to get across the river. Wasn't taking too much, wasn't dishing out too much, and so we kind of talked a little bit and decided that the mill was not the go-to, and obviously wrapped around. I thought it was all right on that, especially on that first map. And obviously 12th, we charged behind that barn, and I guess they weren't really expecting it. I kind of don't regret yelling out Virginia as we were going around the corner. I was definitely fully expecting them to be like, what are these Virginian guys doing here? But the latter happened, so.
Okay.
Yeah, and I have to add to that. There was a lot of solid line movements. Like that was a really good plan, to kind of take the mill initially and just try to make it like a thorn on the side.
Yeah, it made us able to move a lot more with the position of the mill. Absolutely.
Yeah, so that was really good strat on that side, and just being able to advance up and then have that early cap. That was another really good call on that, because you draw them out, then it kind of like leveled things a little bit, in terms of like, okay, now we have like at least a place to fight for. instead of like just these long range firing back and forth at each other. And it was nice like to be able to actually like advance up, especially with the Cav and everyone else like working simultaneously to actually, you know, coordinate a calculated attack like that. And so it was a good strat, and all around like everyone worked very effectively. So that's all I gotta say.
All right, thank you. Brian, did you have anything to add for the first round?
Not a whole lot. I mean, the plan went well. As expected, we took the barn, and it was awesome. We staged different regiments on different levels, held out. The Confederates seemed to want to pull back quite a bit, and I will give credit to the Confederates lines. They looked sharp, they looked crisp while they were doing their volleys. But having the barn allowed us to control the area, and controlling the area was the key on this map. And so we were able to sneak several units where we needed to position them to control it. So every time a Confederate regiment would come up to do a volley fire, they just get decimated. And so we were able to do it. And then the 12th Virginia went around the backside to try and put them in breaking, which they did. And as soon as they did, we all just capped point, and it was over. It was a good plan.
Oh, and one more thing. Sorry, that charge was completely improvised. That was not a part of the plan. Just for the closure, that was just, hey, like, can we go in? And everybody was like, well, I don't know. And then we went in. So it worked out kind of to the favor.
Are you telling
definitely
me you
risky.
didn't follow JD's orders? Whoa. 12v8 not an event anymore. Whoa.
Oh God, we were acting on the best wishes of JD. That's such a political way of saying that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, one strike, you're out, right?
Of course, yeah. We're perfect here. No issues have ever been made in the past. But let's go on to the CSA team that was led by Colquitt's Brigade during the first round. What was your guys' strategy to defend the Pride Grist Mill, and how did you guys react to the ever-changing battlefield?
So, with our being the leader of this map, I was not entirely familiar with this map from the CSA side. I haven't played it very often. So, I was trying to leave it to Captain Kai to decide, but he was dealing with some stuff IRL that was making it a little difficult for him to coordinate with us. So we ended up planning out the first map first. He hops in, and his plan was to initially line up and just hold the riverbank and give you guys one hell of a fight. But then everybody else was saying that tends to cost us a lot of tickets very quickly. So it's better to be more defensive and pull away from the mill and let you guys take it. And then just as you guys come up, we volley into you sort of stuff. And at first it was working, but as soon as you guys actually got a solid foothold in that mill, that's when we started to lose a lot of ground very quickly and had to fall back to the barn.
Thank you. Anyone else from CSA side have anything to add?
I was my guys were forward deployed scouts for the most of that mission, and let's see. Other than being the eyes and the ears, we didn't really do all that much. We seized a couple opportunities. If a few of your flags went down, that was probably us. Just an FYI. The whole thing in the barn. Initially, the plan for us was to stay concealed. At least try to. There was a bit of a breakdown in command and control, so that didn't go nearly as well as planned, unfortunately. As far as strategic advice go, I was adamant that we need to be very dialectic about that mill, because it's either you hold it or you don't, because the whole thing's a ticket farm for either side. I mean, you either got to fully commit to holding it or just ignore it entirely. Other than that, all went well. I commend everybody here, Union CSA players alike. Y'all fought like hell, and I live for matches like this.
To reiterate what Handshake was saying, as his commander at the time, I definitely, he was so adamant about the mill. I had to push him off towards the left, so I took the 7 Pines of Mississippi Brigade and I sent him and about 5 to 8 people off to the left. At one point in time, they were the far left flank, and I was over there with them, and I told them, and I was cussing at them. You motherfuckers are the far left flank. I need to know what's happening over here. You tell me in Discord above all. And I'll be honest with you, they did a very good job over there, and I know they were getting kills. But that's what the Seven Pine does. That's why we in MB have the Seven Pines. That's why they're renowned, just like Provost over there with his 38th Artillery. Union is a good thing it wasn't fucking an artillery map. Yeah, I heard you guys talking about it earlier. But anyway, the first one, all in all, we had that motherfucker at the beginning, man. And I think once we coddled up, sorry for my cussing, I think once we coddled up, I think that's when we started losing it. People were just too gung-ho to stay where they were. We got the out of lines, and I think that's honestly where the ticket drain came from at the later stages in the first match. But everybody did a very good job. It was a very good job on Union. Natty, you're the one that charged crossed. Go to hell. Yeah.
Oh, so that was you guys.
Hey,
Okay.
yeah, that was us. We were back there trying to have fun, and I'm pretty sure I was the first one fucking killed. Freaking killed.
I ran around the corner. I just, you know, I'm surprised you guys didn't hear me scream because everybody can hear me from a half a mile away. Virginia.
Yeah. And in our ARR, before we came in here and had this conversation, I told all the guys it was up to us. It was up to us. It was my fault. I took complete blame for that. A lot of other NCOs and stuff, they kind of took blame for it. Provost was just telling motherfuckers you got to be more wise. But then again, at the end of the day, the game's about having fun. It's not about winning. It's about having fun, and we were having fun back there. I was actually looking for fun, and that's what I told Provost, and that's
Yeah, I was too.
when Natty in the 12th came around, or Ghetto in the 12th came around. You sons of bitches.
Okay, get the fuck out of here.
It was a good fight. I think, you know,
Yeah, GG.
G.
All right. I guess I'll ask my announcers. Corded, any questions for the first round?
I don't have any questions, but I got a comment. You know, I'll reiterate. You know, Natty coming around the barn was a great move because it was a disco party, disco dancing. We had Britney Spears going on.
I called out that you guys were on the other side of the barn, and then we get told, don't worry about it, they're going to be out of line, and then all I hear is a giant volley of fire to the north of the barn. I'm like,
everybody, and I was yelling at everybody, get your ass over here and get behind the stone wall, the back part of the barn. And I looked all the way down. That's a long barn. Everybody's down there dancing to whatever, and I'm like, they were bored because we were originally trying to form up, and then people started just dancing. I'm like, get over here, get your shit together, and you know.
Oh God,
we
it's the
were just
Virginians.
completely unprepared. I was not completely unprepared, but everybody else was because they were like cutting the rug and you know, dancing.
It'll never happen again. It will never happen again.
We're gonna keep you on your toes. We'll keep you on your toes.
I dressed this shit in AAR and I went off, and it won't. Well, if it happens again, I swear to God. But
it's okay. I'll lock my doors, Provost. Don't worry.
It's gonna happen again.
That was
I've seen you, Natty. I'll dox you.
Next.
No, don't dox me.
That was a fantastic move on the Union part. Come around that barn and teach us a lesson, and we learned it. And good hats off to y'all.
You should have joined
But
us.
anyway.
You learned it.
Right on.
Oh yeah, get out of here. Sorry. You're taking notes over there. I see you with your pen and paper.
You know it, dude. You know it.
Yeah.
Corden, or Wolf, you guys have any questions for the first round?
Not really. I would have liked to see the pistols used more, especially in the beginning.
Man, I was always out of ammo, but I know you're talking about Cav. I'm shooting shots from like 50 yards. I don't know if I'm hitting. I'm just, I
You
only
hit them.
got 6 shots. CSA gets like the Lamat. I wish I had the Lamat bag. That's what I missed.
Yeah, we were keeping them in reserve in the barn in case it got charged, but then it turned out different, so that's why it changed different.
Wolf, have any questions for the first round?
As far as me, I don't really have too many questions. In my experience, I will say for the CSA side, I know somebody mentioned it already. I wanted to kind of rewind back to that. In my experiences on Mill, I have always experienced the CSA coming down to the riverbed, kind of using the Mill to regroup, and that's where usually they keep their flags at, and that's where they're regrouping men at and sending them back out on that riverbed flank. Not too often do I see CSA fall all the way back, as far back as you guys went at one point. Not saying that that's good or bad, just saying I've never seen it before. But I usually do see that fight that plays out along the riverbed. And really, I was saying it during the recording, that in my experience, that area is really what tests the mettle of regiments. In my experience, that determines who's the better shots, who actually has the better coordination, because that's who wins those exchanges. They're honest. When you play that, like both sides go to that riverbed and fight that out, that's an honest fight there. Whoever wins that, they're the better team. For whatever reason, in my opinion, when it's played that way, I don't know. Like I said, I've never seen the complete fallback that played out. I don't know whether that was good or bad. I know at some point CSA, like, you guys needed to stop the ticket bleed, so that might have not been a bad decision just to disengage and regroup. I really would like to say, I think JD and the cavalry, yeah, you could have used your pistols a little bit more. I would say I agree with Gordon on that, but I really do think some of the moves that you made, I really think you gave your team the edge to come up over on the CSA side of the river and get positions dug in and lines formed. And I think that those steps that you took put your team in a position to win the game. And I think that's why you won.
Thank you.
Absolutely agreed with that.
All right, thank you. So let's go on to the second round now. Cook's countercharge. So Mississippi Brigade was leading the CSA side, and they were assaulting. So what was your guys' strategy to attack on Cook's countercharge, and how did you guys react to the ever-changing battlefield?
MB, you want me to go first? Right.
Yeah, go
so, I was grand stratting for MB on this. It's not my first time grand stratting. I learned a lot from being an HD. Names I'm not gonna mention, but they taught me a whole lot, and I put this on MB, if not MB, but second MS every day. It's about having fun and going out there and doing it. I know I said this in CC, and I know I said it a minute ago. That's what it came down to. The second match, it's a CSA bias match. We're going against KB. I get it. It's MSG now in 8th New York. I totally understand this, but at the end of the day, I wanted to kick the shit out of both of them. I had 8th New York on our side. They did a very good job. Everybody did a very good job. I gave autonomy to most people once we were formulated. I respect the people I play with at the end of the day. Zoo, absolutely. The rest of you guys, 100%. I know your voices. I don't know your names. And I'm not going to deny that. You all did very good. IVB, you were charged with that left side. I know there was some miscommunications happening there, but you guys did good. And I will not complain about what you did on the flip and the flop. I don't know what you were looking at. I don't know what you were dealing with that side, and that goes for everybody. Very good, and I will be pleasured, I guess, to play with you guys again. and I want that on the record. That's why I'm here tonight. I took a half day tomorrow for work, so I'm here. It's a very rare circumstance, but GG. Briant, it's always a pleasure, homie.
Thank you, Smokey.
Yep, you know we share DMs together.
Should we
I would
see
be,
them?
You're my boy.
I will be a happy man in the future if we get to play together and
Oh, yeah.
verse some of these people in the future. The
Absolutely.
strategy, yeah, the CSA strategy on the second match was just superb. We just did it. We were able to communicate very well, and that's what winning matches come down to. It doesn't matter how well you shoot. It doesn't matter how well you brace. It doesn't matter how well you charge. It matters the communication at the end of the day. I know I just sound like a fall guy.
100.
Yep, but
No, that's 100.
100%. Yeah, yee everybody. I love Battleline Network. Hopefully I can be here next weekend and continue to do it. But 4 o'clock in the morning is a tough time to be hanging out with you fellers.
Sheesh.
So, yep. Not that I have to do it tomorrow, but GG. Eagle, good job on this Battleline Wednesday, dude. It really formulated from what myself and Natty had got to you about, dog. GG, man. This is really nice.
It's awesome.
Great.
Man.
I'm happy to be here.
It's a great event.
GG, y'all.
Anyone else from the CSA side have any thoughts for the second round?
Yeah, I'll throw it out there. I just like to say hats off to the Union on that. They fought hard. They played probably a little bit more conservative than they should have. I expected no artillery, and they didn't put one guy on artillery, as far as I know. But that's an easier map for CSA, so they did the best they could, and hats off to the Union, So I'll pass it on.
All right, thank you. Anyone else from CSA? All right. Let's go to the Union side. So what was your guys' strat? Oh, Grim, did you want to say something? All right.
No, that's just my mic picking up background noise.
My apologies. So let's go to the Union side. What was your guys' strategy to defend Cook's countercharge, and how did you guys react to the ever-changing battlefield?
Man, I wanted to go home.
Well,
Sorry.
No, so the plan was simple. I knew that second MS, especially Smokey, was going to play aggressively. I knew that was the case. So I figured with the way the ticket was, I knew how the map was. I put the skirmishers behind the main spawn in that wood so they could harass them from coming up our left flank there. And then instead of holding the hay bales, which is generally what happens, I did want to play conservatively in the beginning. I really wanted to draw them out, and it worked. Like the first part of the plan worked very well. We drew the Confederate tickets down. We were doing good. The capture point, which was what I wanted them to do, I figured I'd play conservative, super conservative, turtle it up, force the Confederates to pre-cap. That's what I wanted to do, which they did. They didn't disappoint at all. And then we would retake it. I would draw out that time. I wanted to keep battle ready as long as possible because it was time and tickets is how you win the map with the Union. And it's played so horribly all the time. So I drew it out and drew it out. We retook the point, and unfortunately, instead of falling back, we wanted to do a rinse and repeat action, which would have worked out really well for a while. But instead of pulling back, some of my elements of my army were drawn off to the right side along that roadway, and they just kept getting drawn out and drawn out. Communication was breaking down a little bit. Everybody fought really well, but the only way the plan was going to work is if we could rinse and repeat and come back in, and that just didn't happen. Some of the Confederate units pulled in on our left flank, their right, got in the hay bales, and instead of getting them back out, we kind of left them, and that was a mistake. They did some very good charges there, and we kind of drew it out, and then a lot of the units posted on the crossroads on the straight fence, and that caused a lot of ticket loss I did not want to happen. But at that point, the Army was stretched out. We did a really, like I said, everybody on my side, I can't ask for better. They did what they could. I wish we could have gotten back into the turtling effect because it really was drawing the Confederate tickets out, which was the plan. And then we could have held it, but it just didn't happen that way. But my guys considered a win because we had a blast. I mean, we really did have a blast. It was fun. We got to have some good shots, got to see some good charges, both for and against us. And as usual, the point of the game is come here and have fun. And we'll lick them next time.
Yee.
For sure.
Yee.
Anyone else from the Union have any thoughts for the second round?
Yeah, I could go ahead and add my little tidbit. So yeah, I was mostly there for the planning, and I had to take a piss in the middle of it, so I don't know if I missed some vital information. But yeah, so it's all I can say really, not necessarily about the overall strategy, but forward from that is counterattacking in my eyes, especially viewing it from the example that we just saw. Counterattacking doesn't necessarily seem to benefit all too well the now attacking force that was defending, right, if the attackers take point. Because we kind of, it was almost as if we were doing the same thing the CSA was doing on Pride Grist, sitting back playing conservatively. That ultimately ended up to their demise in the round, so much as far as like a morale state. And they kind of flipped the tables on us. Hats off to them. That table flipping was, I wasn't necessarily expecting it, but, we were all kind of crowded in one corner behind a fence, I think. And when I saw what fence we were behind and the flags kind of waving up, I'm like, this don't look good for us because one, they could shoot through it. Yeah, I think at that point I was thinking, we could definitely try something, but that was part of the strategy and it was working. You guys took point, and there was a counterattack. We had a counterattack on your guys' far right by the hay, and I think that's kind of where it kind of diluted. Where we had the idea of pushing forward, just all mass, all going together, and wiping out whichever the flank, all en masse, whatever the flank was holding that side. And it was indeed only one company because you guys, I don't know, had two tied up about 100 yards away. But we kind of got stalled out, and 12th Virginia, the Virginians led it, and we only had maybe roughly about 12 to about 18 guys. It just didn't seem vital for us to go across an open field like this. The terrain on this map, you guys definitely can't play conservatively. I think, even though I would wish for that to be the case, it's the open field and the terrain really, really shined for CSA on the second map. I think because we, like I said, first thing happened, you guys played conservatively on Pride Grist, but because it was over a riverbed and this and that, and now we're fighting across 100 yards of open, 200 yards of open field. And that counterattack, I think, would have definitely hurt us more as it did than it did you guys initially. Well fought, though. Well fucking fought. There were shots going off left and right. Yeah, it was definitely intense. So hats off to you guys.
We didn't have any dance parties on Cooks.
No dance parties on Cooks, huh?
I think we
yeah.
did.
No,
I think everybody was kind of leaned in. It was that moment when you knew that your friend is getting serious,
Oh, it was more yeah. I was like, all right, boys. Yeah,
Round two,
kind of hot
we
outside
lost.
too.
Kind of lean in, turn the hat backwards. All right, let's go.
Put the volume settings all the way to max so you could hear the enemy cry. Yeah, all that. It was definitely a harder fight, that one. Open field maps like that. Oh God, it's just Napoleonic era at that point, right? Just putting your group of guys next to another group of guys. So Cooks, I'd love to retry that map at some point because that one's definitely interesting. It's always interesting on an open field.
It's a lot of fun. I play that often with the EU guys.
Yeah, you got to make it to the playoffs to pick and choose, baby. Come on, 12. Come on, 12.
We just started. Oh, by the way, on behalf of the 12th, hey guys, really fun. And I'll just say this, and I'll be over. But it was really fun for our first event. Hey, no joke. God, that was amazing. And I hope we were able to do well and do good by Briant's part and whoever coordinated the attack on I believe it was JDD's. JD, the coordination on the tech. Hope we did right by you guys as well.
Yeah, appreciate everybody tonight for sure.
Yeah, I just gotta throw one thing out there too, though. Like, so the initial plan was going good, you know, especially when it was like split. Like, I think it was engage to engage when everything reset. And then I think at that point, you know, we should have definitely, you know, go to the drawing board and try to recalculate that, recalibrate that, because I felt like there was a lot of people that just kind of like went loose with the plan and just kind of like dispersed. Yeah, and so it's like, you know, that's that point. I think, you know, and this is probably a suggestion in the future, and especially stuff that I'm going to be thinking about, like, in the drawing board. It's like, okay, like once you recap, like we should all pivot one spot together, and so that's what I'm kind of thinking of, because, you know, things are definitely hectic in the heat of the battle, and it was definitely like, okay, like, you know, one person wants to go here, another person wants to go here, and it's like, okay, I get it. Like, you know, that map is definitely like, damn, like you're either gonna get absolutely shot to shit because there's like no really good cover, or if it's like, you know, it's like you gotta do something about it. And so like I don't know, like I'm still trying to figure out, like, even as you know, how to like win that map. So it's a difficult, definitely a difficult map. So, you know, I'm just gonna keep on, you know, beating my head up against the wall trying to figure a strat for that. So
I still think taking them out the first was like, we really did drop their tickets in the beginning like I wanted to. I know that some of our units were not happy. They felt like they were just sitting there doing nothing. And quite frankly, we were, but 9% of the shots the volley fire sent over our heads never hit us. Like, I'm watching one or two guys drop, and I'm watching whole battle lines shoot at us, and nobody's really getting hit. Everything's intact, and like the first part of that plan went as flawless as it could have went. It wasn't until we took the flag, and then everybody kind of spread out. We didn't go back to where we were, which is what I wanted to do. I really wanted to drag the Confederates' tickets down and keep us in the battle ready as long as possible. And after that first counterattack that took the flag back, it just kind of spiraled out after that. And that would be my fault as a leader. I should have gained better control of everybody and get them back.
Brian, I'm glad you said that it was going over your head. At one point, I was hearing Knight calling out like how high he wanted his guys to aim, and I'm sitting there like, he's gonna be firing like 30 yards over their fucking heads. What the hell's going on?
Yeah, that whole field is 100, at least 150. You know, you got to be aiming at the chest.
And then I had
you gotta aim that high.
He was telling them to like aim at so much higher, and I'm like, what is he doing? Like,
yeah, quite literally, it's watch. Like, it was so high above the guys' head for the most part, they didn't even get suppressed. Like, quite literally, we're just sitting there at the kneeling position going, okay, I guess you guys are shooting stars.
We got a
I mean,
little
I
bit
was
of rain
today.
No, it's because Knight was giving all of his guys like ranging calculations, but I swear to God, he was ranging for the pistol.
Guys, this is not a. I'm not trying to promote anything, but if anybody and more Rice is listening to this, like the new guys, there's a thing. I think it's $5. It's called Crosshair, and you can.
Which I use for
He's trying to sell.
Yeah,
an aiming program to help better your aim.
Sponsored today by today's sponsor, Crosshair.com.
I mean, throw me a couple dollars. I don't use it. I use it. I'm like a part-time infantryman and a full-time.
I use it every game.
Hey,
But
if you guys ain't investing in this, you dumb. Because there's a bunch of fucking 16-year-old kids out there that got daddy's money and mama's money that are spending the money.
It's
I'm
$5.
$5. That's half a quarter pound of cheese. Go buy your local
No,
McDonald's.
that's a
ask
skin.
For half a
That's a
sandwich,
skin in
That's-
fucking Call of
that's just
Duty,
That's
right?
just the bun. You just get the bun with $5. Yeah, it's that quality.
Yeah, you're not. It's not an aimbot. It quite literally just put a crosshair in the middle of your screen, and even if you turn the game off, the
It's what MB does like every fucking Wednesday of the month, or like every middle Wednesday of the month. Yeah,
The only way I can shoot a rifle, man. I'm an artilleryman.
Man.
You better hope there's not a crosshair for artillery. I'm gonna
right.
Since
I'm
Natty
telling
left,
you.
since Natty left, Natty's about to be getting the shit kicked out of him by Warlord. How does that feel, Natty?
But what? We'll start next. What is it?
Hey, as long as there isn't a barn by you guys, you should do okay. Yeah. You guys should.
As long as there's no disco.
If there's no
by
barn,
the barn
within 80 yards of you, you should be okay.
Hey,
No
that
disco.
it was like we were like at a club on a Saturday night when y'all come around. We were dancing.
You guys didn't accept
Yeah,
our
but we were
mission,
having fun.
I would, but yeah.
You
it
guys
was,
shot the bouncer.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
well,
that is a good point. Yeah, we did shoot Smokey. I think I don't know. I came around that corner. Look, everything happened so fast.
shot us
Everything happened
all.
fast.
I
all
went
right?
down. I went down. That was a great move,
Oh,
and we got our ass handed to us on that. And fuck, there's no excuses.
I
for sure.
I
It was a good
enjoy
time.
Wednesdays more than I enjoy fucking any other event. Saturday event.
Agreed.
Yeah. But Maryland campaign's very fun because they don't have
But it's not
the
BLN.
Discord.
It's not GOA.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, and it don't have the clout. You know what I mean? It don't have the good camaraderie, the vigor that we're all craving. Where's that Bending War rides, gentlemen? Well, it's Wednesday night, so
This is turning into a
BLN.
podcast.
But
This is turning into a
Yeah,
into a
this is
shit
what I'm
talk.
gonna
I
be
want
posting.
commission, man.
I'm gonna be posting on Friday. You get 2 cents from the Rop and Rad Avenue I get, ad revenue I get. But Corden, Wolf, any questions for the second round before I call it off for a night? I gotta get this thing edited, man, before I gotta go to work. Corden, Wolf, any questions? Second round?
I think they're in bed.
I was gonna let Corden go, but if he doesn't have anything.
Did we ever go over why the Union hid the first time at the very beginning of the second map?
I think Brian, you want to answer that? If I'm mistaken.
Yeah.
Your idea was
We knew that.
conservative,
Yeah, we knew that Smokey was going to play aggressively, and if you look at the layout of the land, coming up over to where we were, it would have just silhouetted and we get background. We were planning on bringing them forward, force them to pre-cap, which they did. Like I said, first part of that plan went like flawlessly. I couldn't have asked for better. And then we're gonna push that clock out, stay in battle ready as long as possible, which we did. If you notice, we kept that clock going at battle ready for a long time. And then we're gonna retake the point, which we did. And then we were gonna fall back, turtle and repeat, and just draw down the tickets until we could just put you in the breaking and go. And unfortunately, like I said, after the first retaking of the flag, it did not end that well.
Pink Floyd has a song. It's called "Time." I suggest you listen to it.
I think you guys did well with what you had and what we were doing. So
yeah, that match sucked. I don't care what anybody says.
I mean, it was a well thought. Everybody had fun, But I'm going to tell you, I'm just going to go ahead and warn you, Union guys. Artillery's coming next week.
Before we get into that, Cordy, do you have any more questions?
That's not a threat. That's a promise.
Wolf, you got any questions for the second round?
I don't have so many questions as I do just commentary, I guess. Once again, similar to how the CSA played the first round, I've never seen in my entire life as playing as the Union, even on Cooks, given the shit that goes on with Cooks. I've never seen that play on Cooks in my life. seen that, and I've been playing for 2 years now. My regiment's been active, and I've never seen that play on Cooks. I get the intent. I just don't know if the execution is. I don't think that with the intent, with the goal in mind, I don't know if the execution, the actual act of doing that is. I mean, I would disagree. I would disagree, to say the least. I would say that, yeah, it kept you in battle ready, but it puts, I mean, basically the entire Union on one part of the map. I'll be honest, one of the biggest killers that happened for you guys, it would be great if the enemy had no fucking clue, like, pardon me, it'd be great if the enemy had no clue the whole time that you guys were over there, but they figured out you were over there, they saw your flags, and they figured out how many of you were over there after doing that, and you had no choice but at that point, because that's when they went and put you into a counterattack position. You had no choice at that point, but you had no choice at that point but to come into an open field, cross where they knew you were coming from, into rifles that were set up, ready, loaded, and looking right at you. Like, there was no winning that. And that's the only problem that I see with that approach is if you get discovered, which odds are you will, because of the flags.
And proximity of the map. It's a small map.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I have never cussed an inanimate object like I cussed that wall when I saw the flags race higher than the wall. I literally cussed it. I was madder now. That fence pissed me off because we were caught.
I mean, did you all think of because IVB did this, Ninth Corps. Ninth Corps did this, I think, at one point. They fell back to the graveyard. Did you guys discuss that as an option?
Yeah, we did actually fall back to the graveyard at one point.
Yeah, I put my boys.
I did discuss it. I was worried that we'd be too far back to try and counterattack the point. But like you said, well, for one, no plan survives close contact, and two, it did really still work out. But like you said, I quite literally realized about halfway through the match, especially even after, we took the thing and I saw the line spray. Now I knew we didn't have a choice. We were drawn out of that corner whether we wanted to or not, just simply by the amount of things. And I realized then that mistakes were made, but we had a blast. So, again, to my boys, it's a win. Congratulations, 2nd MS, for an amazing, well-played match. As always, I love playing against 2nd MS, and I'll continue to do so. I'm not the perfect genius, but I thought I had a pretty good plan, and now I'm going to perfect it. And the next time, I'm going to do it better.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, with that being said, this was a heck of a post-game interview. I will say it's definitely longer than a War of Rights round. Crazy. But yeah, thank you all for watching and listening. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe for more. Check out our merch page and our Patreon. See the perks there. And thank you all for being here. Have a wonderful rest of the night. See you in the next one.